What's going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, and we are back at it again with another video. Today we are talking about bourbon, and not just any bourbon. Today we are talking about the Black Horse of bourbon. That's right, you guessed it. We're talking about Buffalo Trace. Let's get into the video. So, why do I call Buffalo Trace the dark horse of whiskey? Well, I call it dark horse whiskey because of the background and the history of this specific bourbon and the distillery itself. With all of the awards and the name itself, this distillery makes itself well known in the bourbon industry. It nearly makes itself impossible to buy on any shelf in a liquor store, even just the baseline Buffalo Trace whiskey itself. But if you wanted to find anything besides this one, Eagle Rare, Blantons, Stag Junior, George T. Stag, Weller, anything in their lineup, you're not going to find. And if you do, it's for an astronomical price. So a little bit about this specific bourbon. Buffalo Trace has two different mash bills that they have for their lineups. They have mash bill 1 and mash bill number 2. They don't give out their specific percentages of the grains that they use in their whiskeys like a couple of other brands, but we do know that with American bourbon whiskey, it has to at least be 51% corn, and from what we know, they do use a decent amount of corn to bring a nice leveled sweetness into their bourbons. They do also let us know that in the mash bill that they use for Buffalo Trace right here, which is the mash bill number 1, that they use anywhere up to 10% rye. So right there alone, we know that there's at least 61% used, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say that they probably use around 60 to 65% corn in this whiskey to bring in its sweetness. Let's get into tasting. That's why we're all here. We all want to know what I think about Buffalo Trace. Obviously, I've had this bottle for quite some time, only because I can't find it anywhere, and it's one of my favorite whiskeys that I do mix with. It has beautiful, beautiful tasting notes, but let's get into it and just do a little flavor test. All right. All right, guys. So right off the rip, let's do a little color look at. See if we can get that focusing up on there. It's a nice color. It's a nice, beautiful amber. Nice caramel colors to it. Let's get into the smells and see what we can find on the nose. Okay. It's your traditional bourbon. I mean, what these guys are known for is just to have that like baseline bourbon, you know. If run of the mill, you're gonna have that, and then you might have your offsets, you know. But Buffalo Trace is right down the middle. I'm gonna just go. Your first thing you smell is gonna be a medicinal cherry for sure. That is your first smell. Second, you're getting caramel. You're getting a little bit of toffee, vanilla. Going back in, you get the oak on the back end. It's not very strong at all in the oak, so that makes me think that this is going to be a very pleasant taster. You know, it's a 45%. You're 45% alcohol on this bad boy right here, so it's going to burn going down. Just kidding, it's not. It's very, very easy drinker for sure. Let's see what else we get on the nose. You get a little bit of like a citrus zest. Not like squeezed citrus, but like the skin of, I'd probably say like a lemon or an orange. More on the orange side probably. It's very light on the nose, you know, nothing is really standing out besides that medicinal cherry. But let's get into the tasting and see what we can find on the palate. Cheers, guys. If you guys have Buffalo Trace, drink with me. Oh yeah. Super, super easy going, no burn at all. But right off the rip, you get vanilla. Vanilla is right off the rip. A little bit of caramel, not much. The medicinal cherry you don't really taste. It's more along right on the smelling notes. Let's see. You get a little bit of oak char in there, not much. Not really tannin forward like I'd say Russell Reserve. A little more oaky in there. This guy is just a super easy drinker, candy almost. Vanilla, caramel, oak. And the tasting, so in the smell you're gonna get that medicinal cherry, but in the tasting you're gonna get more of along the lines of like almost a dark cherry almost. It completely flops, you know, where it almost smells medicinal, but in the tasting you're gonna get, ooh, that's a little richer. And so like they say, it's a light rye, but all of those sweeter flavors really come out and they make this a very well-balanced, rounded bourbon that you can definitely drink neat. It's, in my opinion, one of the best bourbons to introduce somebody to bourbon if they haven't been introduced to bourbon before. Say, you know, everybody's had Jack, everybody's probably had Jim Beam, and they're all like, oh, this is crap, blah, 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 along those lines. But if you want to go out on a limb and spend a couple extra bucks, you know, you can find Jack for $24, $25, Jim Beam probably cheaper. If in my area here in South Jersey, I can find Buffalo Trace on the shelves anywhere from $29 to $35. And in my opinion, if you're wanting to start off with bourbon, this is one of the best ones to start off with by far. It's so easy to drink. And if you don't want to start off with drinking it on the rocks or neat, this is definitely a good one to mix with. It's, like I said earlier in the video, it's one of my favorites to put into an old fashioned. You know, just a little bit of syrup, a little bit of bitters, and then a nice squeeze of an orange zest and orange peel in there makes the drink that much better. But we're gonna see what this tastes like on the rock, so give me 1 second. All right, so we got our rock, we got our glass, putting our ice ball in there. We're gonna take from the Glencairn, pour right into there. Let it chill down a little bit. I typically don't drink this on the rocks. I'll drink it neater in a cocktail. Only my preference. Don't really like drinking whiskey on the rocks, but however you want to drink your whiskey, definitely go for it. There's no judgment here by me. However you guys want to drink your whiskey to enjoy it, by far, go ahead and do it, because that's the way you want to do it. And hell, drinking whiskey is just fun by itself. So this probably chilled down a little bit with a little bit of dilution from the ice ball into it. So let's give it a little taste here. Yeah, I mean, completely changed it. It now tastes like water. You get, so with the water added, it tastes like grass almost, with a little bit of honey in there a little bit. Completely changed it up. Not saying it's any better or it's any worse, but it completely toned down a lot of the flavors and it made it to be more of like honey grass water, because it completely diluted it right off of the bat. It's good, but it's not my cup of tea. But like I said earlier, it's good no matter what. But like I said, Buffalo Trace is going to be good no matter what. And if you guys can find it, I highly recommend picking it up and getting a bottle for your bar cart or your bar, no matter what you got. If it's the only bottle you have, pick it up, because that's a damn good whiskey. But this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will be back next week doing another video. Please guys, like, comment, hit that bell on the top of the video to stay connected with me. I post on my TikTok, I post on my Twitter, and I upload a video every single week. and I would like to continue this journey with you guys. And the only way you guys can continue this with me is if you subscribe. We're making our way up there. We've got a couple of subscribers, but I'd like to be able to grow this channel as much as I possibly can, and I'd like for you guys to come along for the ride with me. And like I said, this has been Nathan with The Everyday Drinker. Cheers, guys.